Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to class. My name is Mr. Arias, and this is Math to the Point. In today's class, we're going to determine how to find out if a sequence of numbers or values is arithmetic or not. So we have basically two steps. Step one is to look carefully at the numbers included in your sequence, and then we have to determine if there is an increase or decrease that happens by the same increment or value. If this happens, then you have a sequence that is arithmetic, and this value that is pretty much the same when the numbers in your sequence increase or decrease is going to be called the common difference. Now, that being said, let's do an example and see how we can put these steps into practice. So for example one, we have this sequence in which we have the following numbers. We have 2 as the first term, the second term is 9, the third one is 16, the next one is 23, and the last one is 30. So in this case, I'm going to pay attention to how these values are either increasing or decreasing. So in this case, as you can see, I'm actually increasing each value one at a time. And if I have the same increment in this example, and that number doesn't change between one value to the next one, then we have an arithmetic sequence. So in this case, we are going to be noticing that if you want to get, for example, from 2 to 9, we have to add 7 to it. And then if I look at the second term in my sequence, which is now 9, to get from 9 to 16, you will realize that we have to add the same value, which is positive 7. Then interestingly, the same thing happens if we proceed to get to the second term, which is 23. We would have to add 16 and 7. And then lastly, just to finalize this problem, it's going to be the same case if we want to go from 23 to 30. So technically speaking, we do have a common difference in this case, which is positive 7. So that being said, this is our common difference, and our sequence is indeed arithmetic. So my common difference is equal to positive 7. Okay, and we do have an arithmetic sequence for sure. Okay, let's do another example. For the second example, we have a combination of negative numbers and positive numbers, but that's perfectly fine. We're going to proceed with the same steps. So again, step one is to determine if we have a common difference or a common increment or any value that's decreasing, even in this case, across all the values in my sequence. So if you notice, for example, we have negative 25, negative 10, 5, 20, and 35. So in this case, I'm going to pay attention to the fact that if I want to go from negative 25, which is the first term, to the second one, which is negative 10, we would have to add 15, right? So if this 15 repeats across all the different cases, as we're going from one value to the next one, then we have an arithmetic sequence, and this would be the common difference. So if you notice, we would have to add again 15 to negative 10 in order to get 5 as the next term, which in this case is the third one. So that happens again, and then it's actually going to happen again if we add 15 plus 5 to produce 20. And then lastly, one more time, if we add 20 plus 15. So basically what's happening is I'm adding each term with 15, and that produces the next term in my sequence. So that being said, my common difference is 15, which is positive. Okay, and we do have another arithmetic sequence for sure. Okay, this is how you determine if a sequence is arithmetic. Thank you for watching the video, ladies and gentlemen, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.